Hola estudiantes, just so you know, today's been one of those days, and this is what I've looked like since I got up this morning, and I did brush my teeth for you guys. That's just about it. It's been a really busy day. I spent yesterday moving my daughter, so it was 4.5 hour trip there, 4.5 hour trip back, and that was a lot of car time that I didn't get anything done. So I'm playing catch up. I'm also taking a class this week at Northwestern, which requires a lot of extra time. So, but no excuses. I'm going to have this ready for you guys for viernes. Hoy es viernes. Hoy es el 24 de abril. Hoy es clase 40. If you can see at the bottom there, clase 40. We're going to learn a new verb tense, and it's really super exciting. We're going to learn a new verb tense. I don't have a handout. I must have this in my office somewhere in a hard copy. Cannot find it in my files. So you're going to want to take some notes. You are also going to want to have printed out the story that I put on the announcements as well. It's called Un buen regalo de cumpleaños, a good birthday gift. So we're going to be practicing some vocab and learning some new vocab with that story. And I have those words underlined, and I'm going to have you do some things interactively with that story before we read through it. So I need you to have that printed out. So be sure you do that. And this aside, we are going to go ahead and get started with... Had you been in class, we would have done a little bit of a vocab review game, the Cinco Dedos game. We don't have partners or teams to play that with, so continue to be reviewing vocab. However you do that, if you do Quizlet, if you do flashcards, if you do whatever, we're approaching the end of the semester. We're approaching examen final, and a big chunk of that will include some of the vocab that has come from Lección 5 y 6. So keep working on that. Keep working on that. I know we're nearing the end, but don't let up. All right. So for your tarea escrita, you'll notice I asked you to do just cinco of the 10. So I have those here. I will check for completion on Blackboard, but I want you to check here to see how you did. So watch for things like agreement. So for example, in this sentence right here, I'm going to get my highlighter, get my laser pointer. This whole estas sandalias amarillas, ellas, and as. Make sure the amarillas comes after. Okay, and then there's our going to phrase, voy a llevar, or voy a usar. There's more agreement here, ese vestido feo, and then feminine, esas camisas rojas. Okay, next one. Cuánto es, new vocab word actually. We're going to come back to that one again today in our story. No, that wasn't. We've had that one for a long time. Sorry. Cuánto es esta? I'm thinking of contar, cuento, if you count things, and how cuesta. That's what I'm thinking of. How much does it cost? Cuánto cuesta? I could have said, how much does it cost? Sorry, it's been a long day. Esta falda negra. Esta falda negra. Feminine. Again, I don't have these bolded, but estas bolsas blancas. Again, if you can tell, I am really, really hitting hard that agreement concept because it's a huge concept in Spanish. Here it is again. ¿Prefieres esta bolsa anaranjada o aquella chaqueta morada? All these feminine and singular. So I'm not sure which ones of those you chose, if any. You had to do 5 of those. The last of them, aquel hombre, that one way over there. Aquel hombre lleva o usa un traje blanco y una corbata rosada. Un traje negro masculine y una corbata rosada feminine for all of those. Plural masculine, estos zapatos rojos son $20. I probably should have put cuestan. I think last semester we didn't get to those words, which is why I probably didn't include those. But keep in mind that those will potentially be on the prueba that you guys have for today as well. The ropa, the colores, and then the bottom group of the ir de compras. Número 8. Necesito estas gafas de sol verdes. Estas gafas verdes. I didn't put that in bold either, but again, it's plural because you're describing gafas, gafas de sol. So, necesito estas gafas de sol verdes. 9. When it rains, cuando llueve, llueve. Don't forget about our weather expressions. We've gotten, last chapter, we've spent a lot of time on those. Llevamos or usamos, okay, you're seeing the either form of wear here, we wear, esos impermeables, marrones o cafés, either one of those words for brown. So we've got some choices that you guys can use for the color and also for the verb to wear. Last one, cuando hace mucho calor, more weather expressions here, me gusta llevar, again, or usar, plural, pantalones cortos rosados y un traje de baño azul. Okay, so agreement, make sure those colors agree with the clothing word that you're describing them with. Colors don't only have to describe clothes. If you can talk about, esta es una casa blanca, o es un avión gris, a gray airplane. You can describe anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever the color is, doesn't have to be a clothing item. It still has to agree. All right. Really fast, I know that you guys have done some stuff on Panorama with the saber and the conocer. I just want to put up a few examples of these again and think about what we talked about what they are used for. In fact, before we do, I would like you to pause the video, put your finger on the pause button. I'm going to do that here too. And I'd like you to, without looking at notes, without consulting anything, I would like you to remind yourself of when you use the verb saber, when you use the verb conocer, and then the 5 forms of each of those. Okay, it's just the yo form that's irregular. That's a hint. So pause button now, see if you can come up with those reasons and the forms. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So the verb saber has to do with information, facts, knowledge, how to do something. And conocer has to do with being familiar with things or places or most of the time people. We're going to use that most of the time. I would say 80% of the time you use it, it's going to be used with people. So if there's a person there, pretty good idea that it's going to have to be a form of conocer. So in the yo form is in the first 2 examples here, yo form, yo sé, and yo conozco, y yo sé. All right, so here we go. Yo no sé mucho de ciencias, pero yo conozco a la profesora de química. Notice that there's information, facts up here, but then there's a person going on over here, una profesora. Mis padres no saben bailar el tango, pero conocen Argentina muy bien. See what's going on? Know how to do something in the first half, saben, bailar, and then they're familiar with Argentina. They're almost like it's their good friend, right? Almost like it is a person. So to be familiar with something is the idea of conocer. Next one. Silvia no sabe cantar, pero ella conoce a Ben Rector. What? That'd be fantastic. But ella no sabe cantar. Again, to know how to, and then she knows a person. Conoce a Ben Rector. No sabemos tu cumpleaños, pero te conocemos muy bien. We don't know your birthday. We're not sure about the date. That factual information, we don't know. But we know you. Te conocemos muy bien. Notice my pronoun here too. We know you. We know whom? We know you. Te conocemos muy bien. And then the last one here. Let me get my fat head out of the way. Let's bring it in. Where did I go? There I am. ¿Sabes el nombre del presidente de México? It's factual information. Do you know the president's name? Of Mexico's president's name, of course. No, pero yo conozco al presidente Christie, el presidente de Northwestern. Okay, so I know people. I don't know facts, information. I don't know the name of el presidente de México. Or it's asking you if you do know that. Okay, so again, just a little quick, I wanted to bring that back in because it's a concept that comes from Lección 6. Keep working on it on Panorama. You will find it a bunch of times. It's a very commonly used word. And then the yo form, yo sé, yo conozco. All the other forms that you see here, there's conozco down here again, but all the other forms, just a regular ER form. Okay, today in your vocabulario, we're going to talk about this top box here, and it's going to include the phrase el mercado al aire libre. El mercado al aire libre. That word mercado should look a little bit similar to the word market. That's what it is. Aire, air. Libre, liberty, free, free air, which is open air. So, open air markets. If any of you guys have been to a Latin American country, I would almost 100% guarantee that you have been in a mercado al aire libre. It's the way that most people do their shopping. Going to an enclosed store, although they definitely exist and people definitely frequent them, the mercado al aire libre is that whole cultural component that goes along with Latin American society, Latin American culture, kind of the whole free enterprise system where when you regatear, which was a new vocabulary we learned the last time, having to do with trying to get that best price. As a seller, you try to sell as high as you can. Of course, as a buyer, you're going to try to get as low as you can. You want to get a good deal. So kind of hone in on what that sweet spot is to get that precio that you're looking for. So people walk around these puestos, these little stalls that you see here, all in competition with one another. So the people that are selling these camisetas here and these camisetas, two different vendors. So they're going to try to sell each other and get their clientes, their customers, to buy from them. So they're willing to come down in price if they think you're going to maybe buy multiple camisetas or whatever. So it's a really common practice. So what we're going to do here is I have some vocab words that come along with what you would do in a mercado al aire libre when you go to ir de compras. So you see those vocab words there, and actually the ones that you see a la derecha here over on the right, ir de compras, costar, gastar, we did those last time. And those are any of those are fair game for the prueba today. But you're going to see some words here over on this side that have to do with other vocab that we are working with. And regalo. I guess the word regalo, it's in the title, so I don't have that within the left-hand column here. I have all the other words in there except regalo. I don't see it anywhere. So it's in the title, however, un buen regalo. And this picture over here is the picture of a regalo. It's a nice little gift that somebody might get for their cumpleaños. So what I want you to do is this. I would like you to, well, first of all, I'm going to say them pretty quickly. Just the left-hand column, because we already did the right-hand column. I'm going to say them. I want you to respond pretty quickly. Don't take forever, because I'm not going to give too much time. And then you're going to grab that story that you printed out. We're going to do some things with that. So, repitan por favor, el almacén. And if you have this handy, you can take a look at the definitions here, and just kind of go back and forth between those. Almacén, big old store, like a Walmart, like a Target, Costco, Sam's Club, big old department store kind of thing. Even like JCPenney's, it sells multiple things, not just one particular item, like ropa. It sells a lot of different things. Okay, I won't go on for each one, but repitan por favor, el centro comercial. El cliente. La clienta. Male, female form of that. El dependiente. La dependienta. El dinero. Now I have the phrase el dinero en efectivo here because, as you notice, that has to do with money that's in cash form, which is the common way in mercados to do business. You usually have very infrequently are they going to be able to run tarjeta de crédito, which is coming up a little bit later. Okay, repitan, el mercado al aire libre. Repitan. We've already had the word zapatos, but we're just going to add the word un par, a pair. Un par de zapatos. Repitan. El precio. Repitan el precio. Okay, kind of looks like the word for price, which is what it is. But when I talk about el precio fijo, it's a fixed price. It's a set price. Repitan el precio fijo. And you'll remember as we just talked about this, that in the mercados al aire libre, pretty uncommon to see a precio fijo. You might see a price tag that's there, but it's always negotiable, always. Yes, they're willing to go down on that price. So, precio fijo. Now, keep in mind that in stores, in tiendas, it's going to be a word coming up here a little bit later, or in the almacén, or in el centro comercial, the mall area. When you have a store like that, that's got you will find precios fijos on those. Not every place is going to be a whatever you can get it for kind of establishment. It's usually in the mercados al aire libre that you will see that at play, where there's multiple possibilities for getting your items at certain prices. Okay, so let's go back, el precio fijo, and then we got the word la rebaja, repitan. You see the word baja, bajo, okay? It has to do with like a rebate or a sale, something that is on sale. That's what it says, right? Yeah, sale. Like the discount, at a discount. De rebaja, it's on a discount. Next one, la tarjeta de crédito, repitan. You can see the word, we learned the word jugar a las cartas for like playing cards. This tarjeta would be another word for card. And then de crédito, credit card. Next one, la tienda, repitan. You can have lots of types of tienda. You can have a tienda de ropa, una tienda de zapatos, una tienda de flores, so a flower store. You can have lots of types of tiendas that are usually shops that sell limited things, not like an almacén that sells just about everything that you could possibly want. A tienda is a little bit more specialized. And then el vendedor, repitan. La vendedora. Okay, again, you can see the male and you can see the female version. And you also see in that the word vender. Vender has to do with selling. So a vendor, right, or a vending machine, you know those words that come from English, has to do with selling. This would be the sales person. Kind of the same thing as el dependiente and la dependienta also. It says for that, the clerk. Yeah, I suppose maybe they're the ones that check you out, perhaps. But then el vendedor, la vendedora, the salesperson. Maybe they're farther in the store and they're the ones that are giving you the help with finding the right size or whatever it is that you want. And then when you go to pay, it's the dependiente, dependienta. Okay, so what I would like you to do is to, again, put your finger on the magic pause button. And I would like you to take the story out that we were doing. That we are going to be doing here in a second. El buen regalo de cumpleaños. And I would like you to, wherever you see an underlined word, I would like you just to quickly jot that word in English, the definition in English, down right above it or below it or wherever. You have to write really small because there's not a whole lot of room there to get that all on one page. I had to do that. But I want you to have that handy because we're going to go through the story in a little bit and it will help you in processing and in your comprehension of what's going on in the story if you have those words marked. I have also the words from the right column, so that ir de compras, those are going to be on the prueba today. So again, good practice. Take a second, pause the video, write in those words, and then come back. We're going to go through the story. I'm going to point out something else in that story as well. Okay, pause right now. Okay, so you've got the words written in there. And as you maybe look through, hopefully you saw something else that looks maybe a little bit foreign to you. Hopefully you saw lots of accented verbs that are bolded that I put in there as well. That was by design. What we're going to be spending a couple things that I want you to do with this. Comprehension of the idea of the story as we go through with the vocab words that you're hearing. The other thing I want you to take notice of is the past tense verbs that you see there. We have been spending time only on the present tense, only on the now. I can talk about, for example, I'm wearing pants. Yo llevo pantalones. Or she pays me money. Ella me paga dinero. We've learned to talk about these primarily, actually exclusively in the present tense. We're going to see though what happens when you tell a story about something that already happened and what those verb tense endings are. So keep your eye on those bolded words as well. So we're going to start by, I'm going to read through this story. Follow along with me on your notes on the story that you printed out, and I would like you to listen for, like I said, the past tense, the bolded verb forms, and see how those are formed, what you're noticing about those. And there are a few irregulars too. I'm going to tell you that the word fue in the second line is a little bit irregular, and in the very last line, dijo also. Fue, went, dijo, said. Okay, you'll figure that out in the context. It will be clear in the context. But follow along with me and realize what vocab words you're seeing come up. And I'm just seeing right now one that I did not talk about, and that is this word puestos. I did just use it a little while ago. Puestos have to do with the little stalls in the mercado al aire libre. Each vendedor or vendedora has a puesto in which they sell their things. So, sorry about that. Again, long day. Okay, so follow along. Here we go. Ayer, yesterday. Okay, so when you see the word ayer, you know we're going to be in the past tense. Ayer, Sofía decidió ir de compras. Ella necesitó comprar un regalo de cumpleaños para su amiga Cecilia. Pero ella no fue al almacén grande, el Corte Inglés. Ella decidió ir al mercado al aire libre en el centro de la ciudad. Corte Inglés, let me just pause a second, is kind of the equivalent of our, I don't want to say Walmart because it's higher end than that. It's a little bit higher end even than like a Target. It's more of it's a higher end Target, I guess I could describe it as a big almacén. Usually it's multi-floor, muchos pisos, but it will sell a variety of different items. Okay, so, but she didn't go there, right? No fue al Corte Inglés. Ella decidió ir al mercado al aire libre en el centro de la ciudad. Ella entró al mercado y buscó el par de zapatos perfecto para su buena amiga Cecilia. En uno de los puestos del mercado, Sofía encontró un par de zapatos muy bonito, pero no tenía un precio. Sofía le preguntó a la dependienta en el puesto: Perdón, señorita, ¿cuánto cuestan estos zapatos rojos? No veo un precio fijo. Vocabulario nuevo. No veo un precio fijo. Prefiero pagar menos de 1,000 pesos, dijo Sofía. Before I go to the next slide, next page, notice that's a high number, 1,000 pesos. Yeah. The peso and the dollar are not an even match, okay? So 1,000 pesos, you're going to find prices at a lot higher numbers than they are in English with dollars, in the U.S. system with dollars. Okay, let's continue. La vendedora respondió: esos zapatos son muy buenos. Tengo un buen precio para ti, señorita, porque tú eres mi clienta especial. Los zapatos cuestan 2,000 pesos. 2,000 pesos, ay, es mucho. No puedo pagar 2,000 pesos. 1,200 pesos, no más, dijo Sofía. Do you see what she just did there? She had first offered 1,000 pesos. The vendedora responded with 2,000, so she's trying to okay, I'll go up a little bit, but not that high. So now 1,200 pesos, no más. La dependienta respondió: Tú sabes regatear muy bien, señorita. Te doy, dar, one of our new verbs here. Yo te doy los zapatos por 1,500 pesos. No menos. All right, now we're honing in on a price here. From Sofía, she's going to pay 1,200, and now the vendedora has come down to 1,500 pesos. No menos. Gracias. Sí, yo puedo regatear muy bien. Mi abuela me enseñó a regatear. No quiero pagar precios altos, respondió Sofía. Está bien, 1,500 pesos. Okay, so she settled on the price. It's okay. Está bien, 1,500 pesos. Bueno, está bien, dijo la vendedora. ¿Aceptas una tarjeta de crédito? Preguntó Sofía. Ay, lo siento, señorita. Estamos en un mercado al aire libre. No es una tienda de zapatos en el centro comercial. Solamente, only, aceptamos dinero en efectivo. We only accept. Solamente aceptamos dinero en efectivo, dijo la vendedora. Sofía pagó el dinero en efectivo y compró los zapatos. Al día siguiente, the following day, Sofía asistió a la fiesta de cumpleaños de Cecilia. Cecilia abrió el regalo y dijo, me gustan mucho estos zapatos rojos. Hacen juego con mi vestido azul. Yo los voy a usar con ese vestido y aquel suéter blanco. ¿Quién los compró? Okay, do you see my little pronoun here? Who bought them? Who bought them? Sofía respondió, yo los compré. ¿En serio? Seriously? ¿Te gusta mi regalo? Estoy muy alegre. Cecilia preguntó, ¿dónde los compraste? ¿En una tienda de zapatos en el centro comercial? Sofía dijo, no. Yo los compré en el mercado al aire libre. Una vendedora muy amable me los vendió. Sold them to me. It's a new thing we're going to be talking about next week. Me los vendió. Cecilia dijo, ¿de veras? Mi buena amiga trabaja en un puesto en el mercado. Yo la conozco muy bien. Sí, ella es muy amable. Ella siempre me da, dar, from gives, right? Me da, gives me, zapatos con muy buenas rebajas. Sofía dijo, increíble. Un día vamos a volver al mercado y podemos ir de compras. Okay, now my hope was that because you have written in the words and you followed along here, I know that those were brand new words to you, a lot of those, but you wrote in the English definitions. My hope was that you understood that the comprehension was on point, mostly, throughout the whole thing. If you did not follow that, if there's sections that you need to go back over, I want you to pause the video right now and go back to your story, and kind of pick it apart a little bit. Have your vocab handy so that you can see what some of those new vocab words are. When you're finished, then I'd like you to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about what you saw in these verbs like compré, preguntó, compraste. All right? What those look like in the past tense. So if you need to, pause it right now. If not, we're going to keep going on. So do what you need to do right now. Okay, so what did you notice about those irregular verbs? Hopefully you noticed things like, well, let me go back through there. Preguntó, compré. You see accent marks, right? That's one thing you notice. You see different endings. Of course you do. Compraste, compraste. We do the same thing in English. We have different present tense forms and past tense forms. We say in English, I buy. And in the past tense, I bought. Yesterday I bought. We have different ways depending on the verb you're talking about. So look at all these O's. Pagó, compró, asistió, abrió, compró, respondió. But look at this one. Yo los compré. Yo los compré. You see lots of accents. You see lots of O's with accents. Keep in mind that this is not the present tense. I didn't buy. I didn't pay. I didn't open. I didn't attend. Who did? Sofía pagó. Sofía compró. Sofía asistió. Cecilia abrió. Sofía respondió. Yo los compré. So, I'm going to move ahead again in the video, in the PowerPoint. And notice what I'd like you to notice is the past tense endings of these regular verbs. Now, normally what I do, I use it in the present tense. Normalmente yo estudio en la biblioteca con mis amigos. Estudio. You could have done that before today, right? We know how to do the present tense in the yo form is estudio. Notice what happens though when I talk about last night, what I did last night. Anoche estudié en mi cuarto. Normalmente yo estudio. Anoche yo estudié. Now I'm accentuating that. I'm overemphasizing estudié. But I want you to see the importance of the accent mark here, right there. Estudié. That gets the loudest stress. And notice it's different than the one that I use in the present tense. Not estudio, but estudié. Here's another one. Normalmente, again, normally, what happens every day? Alicia almuerza en la cafetería. Pero ayer, yesterday, ella almorzó en el hub. Almorzó en el hub. Notice, almorzó. I accentuated it again, but notice that it's not almuerzo. Okay, there's no stem change like there was in a stem changing verb. We're not going to use stem changing in past tense. Okay, that only happens in the present tense, and we've practiced that a bunch. Notice that as a part of the past tense forms as well. Next example. Generalmente, generally, normally, generalmente, mis amigos vuelven a sus cuartos a las 3. They return, right? Pero ayer, ellos volvieron a las 5:30. A las 5:30. Yesterday, they returned. So, notice the difference. Estudio versus estudié. Almuerza versus almorzó. Vuelven versus volvieron. A couple things to make you aware of here. The stem changers that you saw here and here, don't change them in the past tense. Lots of accents that you're going to see on those verbs. And then I will show you what those verbs look like. So this is what you're going to want to put down in your notes. Okay, this is what I did not have a handout for. So just on a piece of notebook paper, you can go ahead and jot these down. AR verbs versus ER-IR verbs. You know they're going to have different endings. Okay, so the yo form in the past tense here, I'm just going to go ahead and put these all up and then we can talk about them. Okay, and I'll add these to that as well. And then this is what you guys can put down in your notes. So you maybe want to pause your video, write these down, and then come back to me potentially, so you can pay attention to how those go. So let's take a look at the first AR set of endings here. I'm going to take off the AR like I always do, and instead of adding the O, I'm going to add the E for the yo form with an accent. The tú form, haste. El, ella, usted, O. Now, notice that it's not just a regular O that we use with the present tense in the yo form. Yo bailo, yo como, yo salgo, yo digo. This time, it's an accented O. O, right? So we're going to stress that. Nosotros, notice what that is. It's the same. Amos. So, when I say trabajamos, I could be saying we work. I could be saying we worked. Past tense, okay? Ayer trabajamos. Yesterday we worked. So it could be the same. You'll know from context. And then Aaron for what they did. Now, let's compare it. We're going to practice them. Well, let's do that now. I'm going to take an AR verb. Let's take the verb hablar, okay, to speak. I speak hablo. You speak hablas. He speaks habla. We speak hablamos. They speak hablan. That should be second nature to you guys at this point. But what I want you to see is what happens when you put that in the past tense. When I did that yesterday, I spoke, you spoke, he spoke, we spoke, they spoke. I want you to say these after me, and I want you to overemphasize that accented word syllable if it's there. So only these two have accents, the E and the O. but overemphasize those just to get those in your head and get your body trained to do that. So, yo hablé, repitan. Tú hablaste. Ella habló. Nosotros hablamos. Ellos hablaron. Okay, let's do another AR verb. Let's do the verb pagar. I paid, you paid, he paid. So, yo pagué, repitan. Tú pagaste. Él pagó. Nosotros pagamos. Ellos pagaron. Now, look what it's like over there with the ER and IR verbs. Some of these are similar. Do you see how instead of aste, it's iste? Instead of o, it's io. Okay, again, accented on the o. Instead of amos, it's imos. And instead of aron with AR verbs for E and IR verbs, it's ieron. It makes sense, right? It's very logical. Iste, io, imos, ieron. Let's do an IR or ER verb. Let's do comer. I ate. Past tense. Put it in the past tense. Yo comí. Repitan, yo comí. Tú comiste. Usted comió. Nosotros comimos. Ellos comieron. Comieron. Let's do an IR verb. Let's take the verb recibir. I received. Again, overemphasize the accented ones. So here it is. Yo recibí. Tú recibiste. Ella recibió. Nosotros recibimos. Ellos recibieron. Okay, now let's practice this a little bit just in the tú and the yo forms, okay? Just those two. Let me go back again and show you, be reminded of those. Look at it in the tú form. I'm going to ask you questions about things that you did, either ayer, yesterday, or anoche, last night. You're going to hear in the question lots of aste, iste verbs. You're going to hear those in the question. Well, you're going to answer in the yo form, right? So you're going to answer what I did. If it's an AR verb or if it's an IR verb, you're going to choose that appropriate ending. So let's practice a few of these. Notice that I have some of these phrases like anoche, ayer. I also have phrases like la semana pasada, last week. El semestre pasado, last semester. Anteayer is going to be one of our new vocab words a little bit later. The day before yesterday. El otoño pasado, last fall. El verano pasado, last summer. So that past last word, that pasado. So let's go back to the questions and notice all of them with aste, 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 iste, 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 aste, aste, right? So all these are about what you did. You're going to answer that I did that. So, llevaste una chaqueta anoche. We've just been talking about clothing words. So not do you wear a jacket, but did you wear a jacket? Anoche, last night. If you have to, pause it, and I'm going to answer that for you in just a second and see how close your answer matches mine. No llevé una chaqueta anoche. No llevé. Okay? Or yo no llevé. Again, you can use the yo or not. It's up to you. You don't have to because the llevé tells us, that accented word tells us that you're talking about I. Here's another one. ¿Compraste ropa ayer? Yo no compré ropa ayer. No llevé una chaqueta. Yo no compré ropa ayer. Another AR past tense one. ¿Jugaste videojuegos la semana pasada? Yo no jugué videojuegos la semana pasada. Yo no jugué. Notice this is a stem changer. Juego, juegas, videojuegos, right? Past tense, no stem change. Everything we learned with stem change verbs, just out the window, okay? Past tense, don't have to worry about that one. Next one, pagaste $5 por tu camisa? Answer that in the yo form. Yo no pagué $5. Yo pagué, no sé, $15 por mi camisa. Now, IR verb, vivir. So that's going to sound a little bit different in your answer. Let's go back to this question. There it is. Viviste, you're going to answer in the yo form, viví. Here we go. Viviste en un apartamento el semestre pasado? Some of you might say sí. Yo viví en un apartamento. Some of you might say no. Yo no viví en un apartamento. Either way, hopefully you overemphasize the E to the end of that because that's the accented I to make that the past tense form. No viví en un apartamento. Here's another ER verb. Comiste en el hub anteayer, day before yesterday? Sí, no? No, yo no comí en el hub anteayer. I don't think probably any of us did. I don't think any of you guys are on campus anymore. There's a few students on campus that do, but yo no comí en el hub anteayer. Next one, corriste a la clase de español hoy. Corriste a la clase de español. Correr is an ER verb, so I'm going to use iste on that one. No. No corrí a la clase de español hoy. No. Sat on your couch, right? So, no corrí a la clase. Okay, back to AR verbs. ¿Trabajaste en la cafetería el otoño pasado? ¿Sí o no? Yo no trabajé en la cafetería. Some of you may have. Sí, yo trabajé en la cafetería. And then finally, ¿viajaste a México el verano pasado? Tristemente, no. Sadly, no. No viajé a México el verano pasado. Viajé, trabajé, corrí, comí, viví, pagué, jugué, compré, llevé. All of those past tense endings in the tu form in the question and in the yo form in the answer. Okay, we are close to the end of time here. I'm going to put these up here, and I would like you to, there's a whole bunch. I'm going to end the video here in just a second, and I would like you to give yourself a subject. If we were going to be with partners, this is what I was going to do. You give your partner a subject for example, the first one, bailar el tango, right? Bailar el tango. I was going to have you give them a subject like mi papá, all right? Mi padre. My dad, my father, danced the tango, all right? Or didn't dance the tango. So, mi padre no bailó el tango. No bailó el tango. Then your partner would have given you a different subject for the next one, like yo. For the next one, caminar en el parque. I walked in the park. Now have your notes handy because I had you write down those endings. So if it's the yo form, yo caminé en el parque ayer. Or yo no caminé en el parque ayer. Go ahead and add the ayer or the anoche with that. That will be good practice with the yesterday, ayer, or anoche, last night. So practice with these. Remember when you get to stem changers like comenzar, jugar, recordar, no change, okay? No change in the past, in the stem change. You will just put the past tense endings on. Notice what's AR endings, what's ER-IR endings. ER-IR endings, both the same. Okay, there was one other thing I was going to get to that had some irregular spellings, but we will wait for that for the next time. Do watch the tutorial that I'm going to assign. It may ask you to, it may show you some of those irregulars as well. But keep working on the vocab. All of this vocab here that goes along with ir de compras. This one's going to be on the quiz along with the ropa y colores. Make sure you get that quiz taken before the end of the day today. Okay, nos vemos el lunes. Adiós.